Something that we hear annoys change and transformation teams more than anything is when they get handed big fat strategy decks and are asked to translate those strategy decks to every single person in the organization and tell them this is what the change means for you and this is how you're going to make this change happen. These decks usually look something like this. There's a lot of text, there's a message from the CEO, there are numbers, there are all these different details, high-level overviews, all the different areas of it. Now, taking this and translating this to what does this mean for the CFO, what does this mean for the truck drivers, what does this mean for our digital marketers, that is where a lot of time and resources go. So we've decided to make this process easier and turn something like this to personalized change journeys, trails, that look a little bit more like this, where everyone has their own path. This is for operations managers, and in that path you have bite-sized content, short-form videos, podcasts that are all personalized for them.
You're about ready to dive in? Hey there, operations managers. I hope you're all doing well out there in the field. I've got some interesting updates from
So it speaks to the individuals that you're communicating with. So how does this work and how is this happening? So we just launched Creator Studio last week that makes this process a whole lot easier. So what you can do here is you can go in, you just upload this big fat strategy document, and then let's say we want to create a personalized, bite-sized, short audio summary podcast for our truck drivers. So let's call this the Pepsi Plus for truck drivers. Now you'd select a more interesting title when it's going out, but for clarity. And now let's put in here, what do we actually want this to do? What should this communication be about? So let's say summarize the... So there we've got our first prompt, and you can fine tune this as you go further. Now let's select the personas. So the personas is where you select who are the speakers in this podcast, and that is tied to your dynamic audience segmentation on Tigerhall. So you can select truck driver, operational manager, marketing person, CFO, any type of personas you've set up. Now in this demo environment, we have here expert, intermediate, beginner, casual, formal. So these are the different personas we've set up here, but these might as well be your audiences or even your CEO. So let's say we want someone who's intermediate and then someone who's an expert for this conversation. Now we've got who's talking and what is it about and the deck. So now in the next step, we're going to upload this document, extract the text from this document, and generate the transcript for this podcast. And once the podcast is generated, you can both listen to it and read it. So the user themselves, they choose if they want to listen, if they want to read, and also in what language they want to consume it in. So this process takes about 1 minute or 1.5, depending on the length of the document. And then we will get to the next step where we have the transcript ready to be edited. So now we're here and we've got our transcript and exactly what they're saying in this conversation. So this is where you can read and see what is going into this. And you can also select your speakers here. So you can select who do you want to talk.
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I'm one of the voices you can use in the Studio Creator.
Hi, my name is Stefan, and I'm one of the voices you can use in the Studio Creator.
Now, this is where you can input your executive's voices. You can add your CEO's voice, your executive leadership team voices, any manager's voice, and they can be the ones talking in this podcast instead. So it saves your executive team a lot of time from running and chasing them around for recordings. Okay, so let's see how this audio turned out. And then we can edit if we would like to. So here you have a conversation with this creator. So you can put in anything that you like here to continue to fine tune and adjust the transcript. But let's have a first look at what this sounds like.
Hey there, Road Warriors. Today we're talking about something pretty cool that's happening at PepsiCo. It's called Pep Plus. No, it's not a new energy drink, though. That would be awesome, right?
Huh, I'd try that. So what is Pep Plus all about then?
It's PepsiCo's big plan to be more sustainable and make a positive impact on the planet. They're calling it PepsiCo Positive, and it's all about doing good while still growing the business.
Sounds great, but what does that mean for us drivers?
Well, a big part of it is about improving how we deliver our products. PepsiCo's aiming to cut down on green.
So that is what comes out from that very first prompt. So this is the only thing I put in. and this is the outcome. Now let's say you want to change this a little bit, like make it more formal. So let's just try another prompt, and now it's starting to revise the transcript. So this is where you can chat with it back and forth, and it can be as casual, as formal as you like it to, what kind of information it should pick up, and anything it will revise depending on what you tell it to do. So you're always in full control over the output. So now let's see, with this new edited transcript, how is this coming out?
Welcome, fellow transportation professionals. Today we're discussing PepsiCo's ambitious sustainability initiative, PEP+, and its significance for our operations here in North America.
That's an intriguing topic. Could you elaborate on what PEP+ entails?
Certainly. PEP+, which stands for PepsiCo Positive, is the company's comprehensive strategy.
So now you see it turned a lot more formal, cut the jokes, and all the casualness that we had in the previous one. So let's say you're happy with this. You press next. And here you get to a preamble that's generated around what is actually in this episode. You select who's this coming from, like who's the voice, the category. So maybe you want to tag this to the specific initiative that you're driving. And then here you can select who are the audiences that this is going out to. Let's take operations, and then you want to publish it. Select a picture. And now we have the details here. You can listen to it again if you'd like to.
Transportation professionals.
And let's publish it. So that is how you go from big fat strategy document to a personalized podcast for truck drivers on this specific initiative in less than 2.5 minutes.